South Production presents Power Pro Wrestling.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Mid-South Productions, it's a pleasure to welcome you to this week's edition of Power Pro Wrestling. I'm John Forrester, and it's my pleasure to welcome to Power Pro a man new to us, but certainly not new to professional wrestling, Sputnik Monroe. Sputnik, a great card on tap tonight from the big city of Rayne, Louisiana.
Yes, sir. I'm really looking forward to this. We got a lot of top-notch athletes, some from all over the country, so it looks like a great night of wrestling.
It's going to be, but we are people of our word at Power Pro. The last time we left you, we promised you we'd bring you the rest of a war between the one-man gang and the Junkyard Dog. These guys were having it out, and they didn't get it done. The TV time limit caught us, so we're going to have to complete that. I'm going to tell you something. As we watch the exciting conclusion of this match, this is not the last that we have heard of these two wrestlers. They just don't like each other.
These are two top athletes of the world. The Junkyard Dog, or the one-man gang and the Junkyard Dog, probably two of the fiercest athletes in the whole wrestling business. So they have really brought some top-notch talent here to Louisiana proper.
Okay, as we promised, we're going to go now to that match. This is the conclusion of the match between the one-man gang and the Junkyard Dog. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to Power Pro Wrestling. This is what you did not see last week. We ran out of time. John Forrester for Power Pro Wrestling, along with the California Stud Rock Prize, and here we go. Akbar's into it. Akbar's into it. Sam Houston is out there. There's Manu. Price. The California Stud, they're working Houston over right in front of the ring. Everybody getting their licks in the ring. It's pandemonium. It's excitement. It's Power Pro Wrestling. Here comes Joey Como. Here comes Amos Moses. I'm going to stand up so I can try to call the action for you. In the ring, the two big men. They're the only ones that count. There's a chair. There's Billy Vick. But there's a war on the apron. Sam Houston mixing it up. Devastation Incorporated, everybody out here. Now they're ringing the bell. Billy Vick has had enough. Let's find out. Get Billy over here. No contest is the ruling. Houston deals one to the gang. And there's Samu in the ring now. No contest is the ruling. But they're going to fight anyway. I got to tell you something. This happened a week ago. What you're looking at happened a week ago, and you wonder, you think that there's blood on the moon. It's Power Pro Wrestling. This is what it's all about. Devastation Incorporated has gone to the dressing room. No contest is the ruling. That is how it wound up, ladies and gentlemen, 1 week ago. This is Power Pro Wrestling. We'll be back with this week's card right after this timeout.
At Music Machine in Eunice, we got all the good music. Pop, rock, soul, country, alternative. And when you look at all these Cajun and Zydeco CDs, at Music Machine in Eunice, we have the newest of the new, and the classics too. Check out the wall of used CDs, guaranteed about half the price of a new one, with something for everyone. At Music Machine in Eunice, we also sell and activate beepers with all the local phone numbers. That's Music Machine, Walnut Street, Eunice.
If you're in need of important medical advice, tune in to KBCG TV for Ask the Doctor, a live interactive call-in talk show featuring area physicians who will take your calls and answer your questions on a variety of medical topics. Every Thursday evening, you'll have the opportunity to learn the latest in healthcare directly from a physician. That's Thursday nights at 8 o'clock p.m. Just another reason the place to be is KBCG.
Salvador's Jewelers reminds you Father's Day is June 15th. And what better way to express your love for Dad than a lasting gift of jewelry? Right now, all men's diamond rings are specially priced. So is Salvador's entire selection of men's Seiko, Citizen, and Loris watches. And Salvador's hasn't forgotten June brides. There's special savings, too, on all engagement and wedding sets, along with reduced prices on a great selection of wedding party accessories. We're saving you more and serving you better. Salvador's Jewelers in Eunice and Crowley.
The children of this nation are being held prisoner. Their playgrounds are no place to play in. Their neighborhoods are no place to grow up in. Their athletic fields are no place for sports. Their world has become a jail. Their captors are fear and violence. Your kids shouldn't have to grow up this way. Give your children back their childhood. In the fight against violent crime, you have a weapon. 1-800-WE-PREVENT. Do something now. 1-800-WE-PREVENT. Together, we will take a bite out of crime.
Miranda, what you doing today? What you doing?
If you don't stop your friend from driving drunk, who will?
Now what you doing?
Do whatever it takes.
Change. It's coming faster. Only those with high-tech skills will excel. I'm getting those skills now in the Air Force. It's giving me powerful tools. With Air Force skills, I can keep up with tomorrow's changes, and so can you.
Back with you, John Forrester, Sputnik Monroe for Power Pro Wrestling. That was what happened the last time we were with you. Now, let's talk about what's going to happen tonight. We've got Skandor Akbar and the one-man gang to talk about that match live at ringside with Jack Curtis. Let's go to Jack.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're standing here ringside with General Skandor Akbar and the one-man gang.
Well, everybody saw it down television land, how that dirty, greasy, no-good, night-crawling junkyard dog, he's the biggest coward I've ever seen. You know, devastation's still here, gang. All the people like Watts and the junkyard dog, they're all gone. And guess what? Akbar and the one-man gang are still here, like it or not. Tell them, gang, Devastation Incorporated! We walk where we want to walk! We do what we want to do! And the junkyard dog is the biggest yellow coward I have ever seen! And if he ever shows his face again anywhere, I will stomp him into minute particles! Where you at, gang? Oh, yeah, one-man gang, you got it. And junkyard dog, I can't smell you. Where you at? Just shut up out here!
All right, we got to take a commercial break. We'll be right back with more Power Pro Wrestling.
No matter how you get there, no matter where you are, no matter where you've been, all roads lead to Sterling Automotive in Opelousas. Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge, Jeep, Eagle, Isuzu, 7 dealerships in 1 minute from anywhere. New 97 Isuzu Rodeo, only $15,990. New 97 Dodge pickup, an unbelievable $12,990. New 97 Dodge Avenger, just $15,990. Remember, no matter where you are in Acadiana, all roads lead to Sterling Automotive in Opelousas.
Back live, Power Pro Wrestling, John Forrester along with Sputnik Monroe. That was last time. This is tonight. Let's go to the ring for our first match of the evening, and your ring announcer, Bob Moore.
It is a 10-minute time limit. One fall, 10-minute time limit. Making his way into the ring from the island of Samoa. He weighs 368 pounds. Welcome, Manu! Opponent from Lake Dallas, Texas. He weighs 262 pounds. Please welcome Mark Von Erich. This is a 10-minute time limit.
There we go, waiting for the bell. And Sputnik, the guys, this has got to be the size versus the strength. You got Manu against Mark Von Erich. And Von Erich, what a name out of wrestling history.
Yes, he certainly is. He's a well-built athlete, too. Looks great. Comes with a very, very high recommendations of ability and esteem. We'll see what they can do here.
The big guy from the islands out of the South Pacific. You know, he is a load. No question about that. If you're going to work with him, you better bring your lunch.
Yeah. Wrestling a 368-pounder isn't any different from wrestling a 280-pounder. It's all leverage and a fulcrum. If you got the right leverage and a fulcrum, you can lift or move anything. And that move there just proves what I was talking about. Two great athletes.
You know, Von Erich applies the side headlock there. You know, when you look at it, Sputnik, these two young men in the ring, that's got to bring back some memories from a man who is certainly no stranger to the squared circle and no stranger to having the championship belt slapped around his waist.
Well, gosh, you really pushed me up on top there. It takes, I guess, I preach this all the time to my son, Bubba Monroe. It takes a fine mind and a fine body and perfect coordination and a lot of discipline to be a great wrestler or anything. So if these guys have done their homework, we ought to see a heck of a wrestling match. And
I think we just got an example right there of an irresistible force and an immovable object.
Yeah, I think so, yes.
And right there he goes, Von Erich, right back. You know, that is the side headlock is something just to begin wearing your opponent down. You know, well, not something you got to work off of, isn't it?
If you do bridges and build a big neck, you don't have to worry about going where your head goes. But if you have a small neck, you go where your head goes. So whatever size that guy is, with those big biceps that Von Erich has, he will weigh him down.
And now we're seeing a little bit of the
slingshot there was pretty effective. So I guess the headlock is working.
Now Manu is trying to tell Jim Beard that that wasn't a blow that put him down, that it was a little bit of a handful of hair. The fans aren't having much of that. No. Wherever you are, we're glad to have you along with us. Power Pro Wrestling, Sputnik Monroe, John Forrester, and a great, great night of action for you tonight.
Those forearms on the back knock all the oxygen out of you, and that's a real stiff point, is beating a guy physically around the chest and back burns up those white corpuscles, and you haven't got any oxygen in your blood. Consequently, you don't have any endurance, and you're easy to beat.
And besides that, getting smacked with one of those forearms hurts.
Oh, yes. Yeah, definitely.
Well, after a little bit of an exchange, right back to business we go. Von Erich has got his plan, and it's working on the head and the neck area of Manu. Little exhibition of strength right there. Snaps him over. And that was a good move by the big man to take him over in that cradle.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's a big, strong man. He's going to go to that hair a little bit. Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. That must be his motto.
Well, you know, you look at the guys, and sometimes I think, I see guys, and they'll go to something like that, and it looks like out of frustration, because they haven't figured out exactly what they want to do to get out of it and get their game going, and it's any port in a storm.
Amen. Amen. That's the truth.
Quick action here so far. It's been very much all Von Erich, and a snap hair that time, taking him over the hip.
That was an excellent move. Manu run him into the ropes to catch him with a hip toss, and he reversed it and hip tossed the big man, which is a pretty good chore to hip toss 368 pounds.
Whoa, that will change your attitude.
Yeah, your attitude and your appetite. You won't be able to eat very many with them.
And it can turn around just that quickly. Von Erich having it all his way. He runs into the big elbow. And all of a sudden, it looks like Manu's turn to get his licks in.
Yes, sir. There's a bear hug that really is a painful thing if applied properly. And it looks like the application of that is proper.
That's just a brute strength move, isn't it, Sputnik?
Yeah, but if you ever get caught in the woods with a bear, don't look for him to bear hug you. Look for him to whack you with his paw. I wrestled several bears, and bears don't bear hug.
Bears don't bear hug.
I don't know where the name for that particular oak came from, but bears don't bear hug.
Von Erich goes to the ears, pops the ears to get back in control. And now Manu says, I've had enough of that. Working him in the corner. Tonight we're live in Rayne, Louisiana.
There's a headbutt that might change this match around considerably.
One of the things I've noticed as I've watched Manu, he'll make a good move, but then he's got to crow just a little bit. You know, he doesn't follow up, take advantage. Ooh!
He took advantage of that. A body slam coming out of a tackle is a very vicious move. That's really tough on the body.
But we had an example there. Manu had him down a count of 2. He picked him up just to punish him a little bit more. How many times in your career have you seen somebody not finish it when they can and live to rue the day?
That's called cat and mousing, and it's not a real intelligent thing to do. You know, if I turn the cat loose, he's surely going to get the mouse. So I would never do that myself. I want to take advantage of my hold or my move, body slam, whatever it might be. If I got a 3 count, if it's 30 seconds into the match, I'm going for it. I'm going to win if I can, as soon as I can.
And right there, you see an example of what can happen. He had put a splash on him in the corner, went the other way. Von Erich found the strength to move out of the way, Now they're going to try to turn it around. Up to the second rope they go. A roll up and then a look like a cradle. And look at that. 1, 2, 3. And Mark Von Erich is your winner. Tell you what, we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back with more of Power Pro Wrestling.
There's no doubt about it. John R. Young's used car prices just can't be beat. This loaded 93 Park Avenue is only $89.90. This 93 Mazda 626 is also just $89.90. And that's not all. For just $59.90, you can choose from this 92 Lumina, this 94 Corsica, or this 95 Metro. Room and comfort are yours in this 88 Suburban, now just $69.90. Hurry down to John R. Young's Chevy Buick today. Everything's on sale, and there's no doubt about it. You'll like our prices and our service.
Wrestling fans, this is Jack Curtis, and I'm here tonight with Sam Houston and Charley Norris. These guys are the Renegades. Sam, you've been having some bad problems coming up here, and I understand we're going to get some of that corrected tonight.
You know we are, Jack. I tell you what, Rod Price, you've been a thorn in my side long enough. Last week here on television, I wrestled you to a 10-minute draw. Well, I wasn't happy about the decision, and I know you weren't either. Well, I asked for a little bit more time. I asked for a match with extended time. Well, Rod Price, that means I've got enough time now to be able to put your shoulders down to the mat the way I want to do it. Now, I know you're a big, strong, tough, capable athlete. I know you played with the 49ers. I know you have got quite an extensive background. But when I get in the ring with you, Rod, I'm out to win. That's what Renegades are all about. That's what Charlie Thunderblood Norris and myself are all about. Next week, we're wrestling the Memphis Connection. Excuse me, I get a little tongue-tied. We're wrestling the Memphis Connection here next week, but that ain't bothering me too much because I know the Renegades are going to take them out in style and with style. Skandor Akbar, we got a couple of things we'd like to tell you right now. Charlie, why don't you tell them about Akbar?
I don't want to forget about Sam. We can't be overlooking people. Next week, we got a tough match here against this Memphis Connection. We don't know nothing about him. Sometimes we like it like that. We like to go in there not knowing. We just like a good fight sometimes because my blood is boiling to Akbar. Devastation Incorporated, we've been chasing you all over the country. Right now, I am not a very happy Chippewa. Akbar, the Renegades are after you and Devastation Incorporated. And when this time comes, Sam, when this time comes, tell them what we're going to do.
Akbar, we're going to tear you apart piece by piece. We're going to feed you to the Gators, as
we
they say
know
in
it's going to be
Louisiana.
exciting, Sam. We've got to get out of here. We'll be right back with Power Pro.
We're coming after you.
Welcome back to Power Pro Wrestling. John Forrester, Jack Curtis has joined me, but more action in the ring. Let's go now to our ring announcer for our next match.
This match has a 15-minute time limit. 15-minute time limit. Introducing the contestants now in the ring. From Alexandria, Louisiana, at a total combined weight of 488 pounds. First of all, we have Dapper Dan. And his partner is son of wrestling legend Sputnik Monroe. Please welcome Bubba Monroe. And their opponents from the bayous of southwest Louisiana. Please welcome Amos Moses. And his partner from Lafayette, Louisiana, Billy Cole.
Okay, John Forrester, Jack Curtis with you, Power Pro Wrestling, Jack. Here we go. 4 guys, great shape. Our first match tonight was size versus speed. This one ought to be a lot of fun because you got four guys that are in great shape and ready to go.
Well, I think it's been an extraordinary type match. You got the two fellas who are just truly Cajuns, and they are wild as they can be. And then, of course, Bubba Monroe and his daddy. Sputnik Monroe is one of the most fantastic guys that ever hit the wrestling ring. He's been around a long time. He knows the ins and outs. This guy in the ring looks like him, talks like him, acts like him, walks like him. He's got to be a Monroe. And if he's a Monroe, he's a tough little son of a gun. I can tell you for sure.
You know, I got to tell you something. I was a little shaky. You know, Sputnik sitting next to me up here with a hammer in his hand. I'm glad the man likes me. True fact.
Well,
but, you know, tonight we're taping here in Rayne, Louisiana, and, you know, it's got to be a little bit of an edge from the boys from the Bayou. You know, they're at home. They're eating crawfish and home cooking down here.
Oh, yeah. Home cooking is definitely in their favor tonight. And what a beautiful little place this is. The Rayne Civic Center here. It's just a perfect little spot. And as you say, with the home fans here, I can see the two local fellas getting really fired up and going after these guys. It's not going to be easy. Bubba Monroe and Dapper Dan, I understand they make a very formidable team. So we'll see. They're still sizing each other up.
Oh, yeah. Got Dapper Dan in there starting it up with Joey Como. Been watching Joey here in Power Pro. This gives you and I a chance to talk for just a minute while they're kind of feeling each other out. These guys are throwing their names in the ring. There's a big tournament for the heavyweight championship belt coming up. And you know these guys are all going to want to strap it around their waist.
Well, there's nothing like a tournament to bring the best out in a fella. You start hollering belts and prestige and more money, and it does something to you. You want to get going. That was a nice move.
Como with the clothesline gets a 2 count, and Dan says, not yet, not yet.
It should be real interesting. This is the first time that I've seen Joey Como. I'm real familiar with Amos Moses. Amos travels around extensively, comes up in the Mississippi a lot, and I've seen him in action several times. He's a wild Cajun. There ain't no two ways about it. He gets started. He wrestles just like he looks sometimes.
You know, if the fans watching, Jack, want to have a show like they're having at Rayne tonight to raise funds for their nonprofit organization, we want to invite them to give Power Pro Wrestling a call. The number 318-234-5319.
5219.
5219, okay. Yes. I'm sorry, 521. There it is on the screen. Let's just go with that. I'm not going to try to remember numbers. My cheat sheet is wrong.
Yeah, if someone would like one of these events to come to their town as a fundraiser, the football or basketball or some athletic, any high school, any function like that, call that number. They could talk with the people there in the office, and they can have an event come to their town.
Okay, here we first look at Bubba Monroe. Now you're seeing some amateur wrestling moves. This is where they start.
Yeah. Well, Monroe went behind him, and Como set out on him, and then Bubba got in underneath, and Bubba went for the ropes. That's a Monroe tactic for sure there.
When the fire gets too hot, get out the kitchen. Regroup. Joey Como all the way so far. Amos Moses hasn't been tagged in yet. Still to come tonight, we've got some fantastic matches. Sam Houston and Rod Price coming up. You know,
Mid-South is doing a lot of good things. They're bringing some good talent in. They're bringing in some fellas that people are familiar with. And the new group is lacing itself in with it. And look at him. He looks just like his daddy. Goodness gracious. I've had
the apple doesn't fall very far from the tree, does it?
Yes.
We were talking now. This is funny. I was talking with Sputnik in the previous match about that, you know, putting a good move on and, you know, having to crow a little bit about it. And he says, no, that isn't real wise. Now, there is some teamwork, and Joey Como's paying the price.
Yes, that's what you call teamwork, whether it's good or bad in that particular case. But he set him into the corner, let his partner get a hold of him, and then he turned the referee's back to it and they get in a few extra seconds of punishment. Like now, there's
right
the
there,
foot to the throat,
him down with that
hanging on
boot.
the ropes. Maybe tagged in his partner.
But when it's one-on-one, it's one thing. When it's a tag team, there's one place in that ring you don't want to go.
That's a reverse neck breaker. That's usually good for a pinfall, but that was a little early.
You got to work on Joey Como a little bit before you're going to get him like that.
Well, Joey's making a mistake. Of course, he can't get out right now, it looks like. He should get over and tag his partner in. That's what a tag match is. In and out, in and out. You get something going, you put that partner in there. There, now Joey reversed it. There's a backflip, a high one. Then he tags out. Now we're going to see Amos Moses. Here comes Amos. Go, Amos. He gets excited. Get him.
From back in the Bayou country, Amos Moses.
Amos is from down in Cutoff, Louisiana. In fact, both of these fellas are Louisiana. Joey's from Lafayette, and Amos is from Cutoff.
Amos working an arm bar on Dapper Dan right now, trying to put the pressure on that elbow joint.
Amos held on. He tried to drag him off with the arm. He couldn't.
Get that hold in good and tight. It's hard to shake him off.
It's probably been about 6 or 8 months since I've seen Amos. He looks like he's put on about 20 pounds, and he's bulked up good. He told me he was weighing around 260 now. So he can hold his own with these fellas for sure. He's stretching
All
that
these
off.
guys come to wrestle.
Oh.
Now that'll make your fingernails tingle.
That makes the elbow hurt. You're right.
Dropping all that weight down on that elbow joint. You know, one of the things that, we were talking about, one of the places you don't want to go when you're in a tag team match is into the opposition corner because there ain't no help there.
Correct. There's the double team. Monroe put his foot on top of the rope. He threw his face into it. Oh.
Here's Bubba again.
Bubba looks just like his dad. He acts like him, too. Oh, Amos ducked
He
him.
missed. And Bubba slipped. I think he caught his throat on that bottom rope, it looked like. That'll take the air out of your lungs real quick. Easy for me to say.
Amos has got Monroe's arm. He tags in Joey. Drops that elbow across that shoulder. That stings a little bit.
Joey trying to wind it in. Working that wrist and shoulder.
Well, you twist the arm over and then reverse the wrist backwards, and you got a good pressure point. That hurts. Oh, Monroe. He
Reverse hammerlock. Tries for a pin. Bubba tried to do a press with Joey and just couldn't pull it off.
He tried to get underneath him for a body slam and get him off that arm, but he couldn't pick him up high enough. Sometimes dead weight with one arm's not easy.
Trying to fight his way out.
Yeah, he's
is
got
Bubba Monroe.
Head in chicken wing, but it looks like Bubba's. Oh, he raked his across the eyes. That always smarts.
And Joey's been there before tonight, over in the wrong corner.
James Beard is one of the top referees in the country today. He won't let it get too much out of hand. But they sure getting in some extra. Whoa, look at the high.
Look at the height on that.
That was a high one. Oh.
And I think when he did it, extending, it looks like Joey may have hurt his back.
That's not hard to do. Guy coming at you full speed, you lift him way up high, and then you push up to make him even go higher, and it can hurt your back. There's Amos is in. He got in a good shot on Dapper Dan. Now they've done. Now all four of them in the ring.
Here we go. It's party.
Oh. Here's the excitement in the tag matches now. 4 men in the ring at one time, but it looks like the Cajuns got the upper hand.
Okay, if I remember correctly, it's supposed to be Bubba and Amos, the legal men in the ring.
And they're down on the apron, and the other two are going toenail to toenail there, toe to toe.
Action at its best. Power Pro Wrestling. Beard has got his hands full. There is no question about it. Bubba taking a beating in there. Bubba Monroe. And I think James calling for the bell. He can't handle it. He is calling a double disqualification. Could not get control of the match. Okay. And they're still going at it. In the ring, still going at it. Look out. Here we go. I tell you what. We're going to have to take a break, but before we do, earlier today you had a chance to talk with Skandor Akbar and Ron Price. Let's go to that interview.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm at ringside with the General Skandor Akbar and protege Rod Price.
We're here, baby. Houston. That's not no little Texas punk. You know, Hot Pockets Grizzly Smith's his daddy. And Jake the Snake's his brother. And Rockin' Robin is his sister. But it's going to take all of you. And still, that's not enough. Because when you get in that square circle with a California stud, you got to pay the price. And that's Rod Price, the California stud. You know, Jack Curtis, it's good to see you back again. But there's a lot of memories with you I'd like to forget. And I'm sure the feeling's mutual. But it's 1997, Jack. Be happy. And you got to admit, everybody else is gone and Akbar's still here. That's right. Where's that greasy dog? I don't smell any odor. Where you at, dog? And you, Sam, you are a glutton for punishment. He's just like that little snake crawling around. How many times have you chopped that head off that snake, huh? And it not only goes for Houston and Norris. You know, that Cajun connection and that set man, that hayseed set man. Bust him up, too, Hank. Huh? Let me bust him up, too. Yeah, because it's the one-man gang, Rod Price and Manu. It's devastation. I'm getting angry. I'm getting very, very angry, Jack Curtis. I want you to feel this man's muscle. Come on, Jack Curtis. Don't be ashamed. Feel that muscle.
Hey, he looks good. It takes more than muscles, gentlemen, more than muscles.
Ah, where's that little snake at? Come on, Sam. Come on, Sam.
I think you guys are both crazy myself, and I'm trying to be sane here.
Go on, come on. Come on, finish up. Let's go.
All right, it's time for us to go, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with more Power Pro Wrestling.
Trucks, trucks, and more trucks. John R. Young Chevy is overstocked with new Chevy trucks, and there's no doubt about it. We've got to clear them out. This means big savings for you. At John R. Young's, prices have been slashed on every regular cab, extended cab, Blazer, and S10. We've got 3-door models and 4-wheel drives, too. Drive to Eunice and take advantage of these huge discounts, and you will make your best truck deal at John R. Young. No doubt about it, Chevy.
A lot of drivers ignore this warning. Almost every 90 minutes, one of them is hit by a train.
John Forrester with Jack Curtis and Sputnik Monroe, Power Pro Wrestling. Back with you. Let's go to the ring. Our next match is on the way. Here's your ring announcer, Bob Moore.
This match is for TV time remaining. TV time remaining. In the ring at this time, he is escorted by General Skandor Akbar. He is part of Devastation Incorporated. From Los Angeles, California, at 284 pounds, he is known as the California Stud, Rod Price. from Bear Creek, Texas, 227 pounds. Please welcome Sam Houston. He is accompanied by his partner, Charley Norris.
Okay, here we go, Jack Curtis, as we wait for the signal for the bell from the referee. You got one half of the Renegades. That's Sam Houston, and you got a piece of Devastation Incorporated. That's Rod Price, along with the infamous General Skandor Akbar.
John, we have all the ingredients here for one wild contest. No question about it. Anytime the General's involved, anything can happen, and it usually does.
I tell you what, you got to, when he's around, you got to wrestle two men.
What?
Because the General is going to be, he's going to have something to do with the outcome, good, bad, or indifferent.
You can almost bet on it. You can almost bet on it. But you got to remember Sam Houston. Sam Houston has got so much going for him. You know, Sam's daddy is Grizzly Smith. His brother's Jake the Snake. His sister's Rockin' Robin. He comes from a wrestling family, and he knows the ins and outs. Sam is he's got enough experience that he can overtake this fella. This Rod Price, he used to play with the Chargers. He used to play with the Raiders in the National Football League. He's big. He's strong. He's a weightlifter. He's got huge muscles.
Both men are in excellent condition. There's no question about that. You know, and this is where it comes down. You start looking at things like bloodline. You start looking at things like heart.
Yes.
Because you take these men both in shape, both well-conditioned athletes.
Well, the one thing that you do know is that the General's involved in it, and you can bet he's got Rod Price stirred up. And Rod Price, 275 pounds, as big as he is, he's definitely got the size advantage. But
one of the things that I'd like to ask you, Jack, how much of a distraction when you're wrestling a man like Price is knowing in the back of your mind that Akbar's at ringside?
Well, normally it would be a tremendous amount. But I see standing over here close to the dressing room door watching every move that's made is Sam's partner, Thunderblood. The big Indian, the Chippewa, that's his partner, his Renegades. He's watching every move that's going on out there. And if Akbar makes the wrong move, you can bet Sam will have some help.
Won't take him long to get
Sam
there.
is trying to, he doesn't have time to worry about Akbar, to be honest. Oh, that was a beautiful move. See, he did a reverse flip and then winged him over himself. That was a great move.
One of the things that I don't think Rod Price can get away with, he was asking Jim Beard, the referee, he says, hey, he's pulling my hair. You know, Rod, this is not going to work. There's not enough there to get a grip on.
No, but he takes advantage of it. I noticed when he pushed Sam back, he had a handful of hair. Sam's got a lot of hair.
Let's see, what are we going to get here? Are we going to get a contest of strength? No, they said open the hands up, boys. This is wrestling, not boxing.
You got to figure Sam's spotting about 50 pounds, somewhere in that range. That's a lot. But now they want to do a test of strength. Sam's making him get up closer. Whoa, look, a nice drop toe. The big man did that. I didn't know he could wrestle so good.
Got some moves, and he's got some quickness. You know, I've watched Rod Price over the last few months. And he will surprise you. He is not just brute strength and thrown blows. He knows a little bit about the technique of what he's doing.
That's very important. Having been a professional athlete, I'm sure that it was not difficult for him to pick up. He probably already had the attributes for that part of it. Once he learned how to wrestle and get that strength going. The only thing that I don't like is the fact that he teamed up with Akbar. When you team up with Akbar, it means things are, he's just a devious person. I've known him a long time, and that's the kind of guy he is. He gets guys that'll do what he wants them to do, and he teaches them to do those things.
Well, and one of the things, you know, if you were with us, if you heard what happened the last time on Power Pro Wrestling, there's some bad blood brewing between him and one of the head shrinkers, Samu, okay? Because Samu's saying that in the years past, Akbar has not been right with his money for his family. Yeah.
So there's a feud brewing there, as if Akbar doesn't have enough of them out there.
Yes. He always seems to have a whole stable full of talent.
Well,
Whoa! A collision. Looked like a head-on
real collision.
I'm not sure who got the worst end, but it looks like Sam did.
Price got up the quickest, and he, put a boot in there.
Oh, he threw him out of the ring like a rag doll.
Right out of the ring. But you know something? Even that, look out here. There's Akbar.
You see, there's
where the referee's distracted.
There's where Akbar gets in. He's on the opposite side of the ring where it can't be seen. Price inside the ring has got the referee's back turned. Now Price goes outside the ring. Oh! That hurts when you're not expecting it. He throws his head into the mat.
Working Price back in. Jack, I'm gonna give our affiliates a heads up. We have been informed by the director that we're gonna may have to take a commercial break in this match. It's a TV time remaining match. And I'm just giving everybody along the line a heads up. If we've got to take a break, we'll be back with the conclusion of the match. And I've just gotten the word, we're going to have to take a commercial break right now. We'll keep the tape rolling. We'll be back with the rest of this in just a moment.
To sizzle up your weekends, we've got N1's Country Clips, where you can find the most contemporary country music with stars such as Garth Brooks, Shania Twain, Dwight Yoakam, and more. Don't miss the hottest collection of country music videos, only on Network One. For a good dose of country music, you can count on N1's Country Clips.
Okay, right back from the break, Jack.
Well, the action's been hot and heavy. They're hanging right in there. Price seems to have the upper... Oh, over the top rope. Over the top rope. That's supposed to be illegal. That's an automatic disqualification.
It is if you're caught, but Jim Beard's down on the floor once again, distracted by, guess who? Skandor Akbar.
See, that's where Akbar gets in all his stuff. That was a long fall from the top rope to that floor.
It is a long way down. This is a beautiful facility here in the frog capital of Louisiana, Rayne, Louisiana. Have you seen when you come into town today, did you see the frog crossing sign?
Yes, I've been to the Frog Festival. I have a home about 30, 40 miles from here up in Fort Barry. I'm
beautiful little community.
Myself.
Beautiful
I like
little
it
community.
So much down here.
Sam Houston back in the ring after coming down from at least 8 or 10 feet over the top rope down to the outside of the ring.
It'll definitely take the starch out of you. That looks like a hard terrazzo floor, and that's a long fall. He has the upper hand. Oh, a power slam.
Body slam.
Power slam. That was vicious looking. Took the leg. Sam kicks out. Very good.
He's got to be right now. Sam Houston has got to be running on that thing they call intestinal fortitude.
Exactly.
The other people out there, that's on his guts. Because that had to take the wind out of him.
Right. That's part of the things that you don't teach somebody. That's inbred. That's there. And Sam fights. He's a tough rascal. What he gives up in size, he makes up in fortitude. No question about it.
And here, once again,
Akbar distracted
and 3 or 4 rights to the head by Rod Price. He doesn't miss a trick. Price will take advantage.
There's 2. Oh!
Almost 3.
Barely squeezed out. 2 count.
Right now, it's the Rod Price show. Sam Houston needs to get something going. This is a TV time limit match.
Time must be getting away, too. I don't know how much time is left.
Don't know exactly how much time we have left. I hope we get to show you the end of this one, because it has been a dandy.
Oh, Sam ducked under. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
That took the air out of both men, but he took Rod Price down to the canvas on his forehead.
That's that Texas Bulldog. Mike hails out of Bear Creek, Texas.
Trying to get him pumped up. The crowd's getting in it for Houston. There's a roundhouse right. Couple of quick jabs.
Whoa! Big roundhouse.
Lay out the clothesline, Mary. We're hanging out the wash tonight. That one came from left field.
Here we go. Here we go. If he can get it done. Oh!
Nice move by Price to throw him off.
Oh, he got it anyway.
Right back on him.
As he went to do he flipped him over the back, and then he come right over the top of him and did it again. Oh,
look here. Look here. Akbar is going to load Houston, probably with salt, with some kind of a foreign substance. Houston ducks. Price takes it in the face.
Oh, but James doesn't see it. James is trying to control the match.
Running Charley Norris off now. Now he's coming back to get Beard. He says, look, I got this man pinned. Would you please take care of business? And I don't know. I didn't see from our angle. All of a sudden, here comes, oh, there he is. Rod Price gets the fall. It looked like he was putting something in his trunk.
James Beard.
Rod Price, the winner. I tell you what, we're going to go to a very quick interview that you had earlier with Mark Von Erich. Jack, let's go to that tape.
All right, I'm standing at ringside with Mark Von Erich, one of the exciting new stars of the future. Mark, it's good to have you with us. I understand you got a lot of business to do here.
That's right. I tell you what, I'm glad to be here. And as you know, with the Von Erich family, there's a lot of tradition going on. There's a lot of tragedy. But right now, I'm putting the tragedy behind me. I'm taking over on the tradition part of it.
You're a cousin of the Von Erichs out of Dallas, if I understand correctly.
That's right. Fritz is my uncle, and Fritz has taught me a lot about wrestling. I got a lot of background. My cousins taught me a lot, and I'm ready here to come to Louisiana and prove myself to everybody here.
Well, you know, for years, Louisiana has been a proving ground. Some of the biggest stars in America came through here with Mid-South many years, many times. It's been a great area. I couldn't think of a better place for you to start. The competition here is strong.
You're right about that. One of the most awesome forces in all professional wrestling, Devastation Incorporated, is here. But I tell you what, I'm ready for Devastation Incorporated. Akbar, bring your guys on. Rod Price, you're not the only guy around here who's got some muscle. I'm telling you, you're not the only one. If you want to go at it one-on-one, let's go at it one-on-one. I'm telling you. I'm ready for whatever you got, Ak. Throw them at me, I'm ready for them.
Okay, obviously, we have a young man who here is ready to go, and he's all fired up. But right now, we got to go. We'll be right back with more Power Pro Wrestling.
Welcome to At Home USA, the exciting new series from Network One. Join hosts Eric Boardman, Donna Cherry, and Jenny Lee Harrison as they bring you a unique daytime viewing alternative, along with fascinating guests and current home and family information. Each show also provides you with exclusive home shopping opportunities. Stay in shape with fitness expert Andrea Content, or discover delicious recipes with Chef Harry, only on Network One.
John Forrest along with Sputnik Monroe back with you. Power Pro Wrestling. Sputnik, what a night here in Rayne, Louisiana.
Absolutely sensational. Great.
We're going to have to get out of here. We're just about out of time. For all of us at Power Pro Wrestling, this is John Forrester wishing you a very pleasant good evening.
Watch out for flying mares.
This has been a Mid-South production of Power Pro Wrestling.